I would like us to start by demystifying some few commands that we basically use, right? You know, I've been seeing people say like, oh, you know, I did upgrade Y, I did this and this and that. So I'll share my screen, walk you through some few commands that of course we are going to be using. And then from there on now, we'll get one person, try it out and see how that works out. Okay, so it's time to share my screen. So if you remain behind, of course, you probably have something more to learn. Aha. So yes, remember yesterday we introduced you to working with the terminal and the command line at large. And yes, this is just a repo full of commands. We have a lot of commands. Apart from just creating files and walking around your desktop environment, we have quite a lot, right? Let's start with literally keeping your system up to date. Okay, so when you are on Ubuntu, you always need to use the sudo command. So the sudo actually stands for super user do. Okay, so you're literally asking Ubuntu or Linux to enter into a super user mode and then do something, right? So now at this level, for example, you may want sudo apt and then apt update, right? And there is someone who asked me what's the difference between apt and snap. So when you look at apt and snap, these are basically repositories that host our Ubuntu application. So we have the apt repository and we have the snap repo. So to show you what the snap repo is, basically when you install something from snap, basically you're installing that from software, Ubuntu software. This is the snap repo. This is the snap repository. Okay, so when you say sudo snap install code -- classic, you're literally, that's just more of you coming over here, search for VS Code and click on it, install, but you're just being a programmer walking away from the GUI. I hope that makes a bit of sense. Okay, so the update, when you say sudo apt update, remember that these apt repositories that are hosting this application. So you are literally telling you're trying to refresh the versions of the application within that repo, right? So if there is any new version, then you get an update. So it is as simple as that. Being that you are in sudo mode, you always have to provide the password, right? So provide your password, and this is what happens. And you notice it will list kind of links that your applications are hosted at. Like for example, the Ubuntu Mira.ac, whatever. So we have some applications that are hosted on that server. At this point, we have this one here is for Google Chrome. Either way, we have for Brave browser, and anything that will be adding in the apt package goes here. So I have things like OBS, and you see I have mine for Git core, which I just added like yesterday. So literally the update kind of refreshes these links to give you the most up-to-date packages. And then over here, it tells you like you have one package that can be upgraded. And so sometimes you want to see what is this one package that can upgrade it. It's as simple as sudo apt and then list upgradable, right? And so for me, this is literally pointing to the OBS studio, right? So this will be upgraded from 27.2.0 to 27.2.1, which is just a small fix. This was more of a patch. That's why you just see an improvement in one version here. So 27.2.1 is literally a patch. Okay. Yes. So that is how you kind of look at things. And then of course you have the sudo apt and then you can say upgrade, right? So literally this one will go in here. We'll try as much as possible to upgrade any packages that have not been upgraded. So just bumping up from a lesser version to a higher version. So that the whole purpose of when you run upgrade. And then we have another one that is this disk upgrade. So the disk upgrade command, I'm just rushing through this. I mean, you don't have to remember all these things, but you just need to know that something exists. That's a good thing, right? That's the purpose of this session. So for the disk upgrade, it does almost same to whatever upgrade does. However, it kind of upgrades literally to the packages. It upgrades the packages, tries to clean out any obsolete packages and do all those kind of stuff. For the other one, it will just upgrade the software and doesn't go into the nitty gritties of cleanup and all those kind of stuff. But the dist upgrade does so and ensures that you don't have any conflicting packages within your machine. And many times when you do a sudo apt dist upgrade, you want to precede this with a sudo apt auto clean, right? So auto clean, and of course it will always delete this kind of things here, and after that you just can do an auto remove if you want, sudo apt, and you don't need to do that. Auto remove, and it will clear out all that kind of obsolete packages within your machine, right? So you see it's deleting something here, delete, 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 and it deletes all that, right? And now to the last thing, what's the difference between sudo apt get and sudo apt? So this one, you can think of this meant for more or less advanced users, so basically developers, right? You can think of apt as more user friendly. When you use apt, it's not gonna go and give you a lot of information, but just go straight to the point of whatever you're doing, right? So think of it as apt, the easiest version of apt-get. Apt-get tries to ensure that it gives you as much information that you may need, okay? But when you just do sudo apt, literally it does the same thing as apt-get, but with a lot of abstraction in depth. Information overload, isn't it? Yeah, but up to that point, any question? I was just priming you up now to what we are going to do. Teresia.
Okay, so I was following along with what you were doing.
Uh-huh.
So I ran the command sudo apt update, and then it's telling me all packages are updated, are up to date. Yet when I look when I try to like see the version I have, it's telling me it's still telling me 2.25.
Sorry, kind of my internet dropped off. It's telling you what?
All packages are up to date, and then I tried to like check my version, and it's still 2.25.
Yes, that's correct. So every time, remember, what is it checking against? It's checking against what you have here inside the apt list, right? So it's checking whatever you have here. So if you look at that, you probably don't have this, right? You don't have the Git core as part of that list, do you?
No, I don't have it on my list.
Yes. And so if, for example, you had it on your list, it would have told you that, yes,
I needed an update.
two packages can be upgraded. So for mine, if I had that on top of it, it would have been 3 packages can be upgraded. You can check that with the list upgradable, right? So for you, now that you've not added the Git core as part of the apt list, is not concerned anyhow with whatever is there. And remember, the Git that you are using is literally coming from, the Ubuntu servers, and whatever the Ubuntu server gives you is 2.25, right? And as much as they are concerned, that is the most up to date for them. But on the other side, Git has their own server, which has the most up to date Git version. Ina make sense?
Yes.
It does, right?
Yeah.
Ah, nice. I'm happy that you are following along. You must be typing so fast. Mongochi. Mogonji. How do you pronounce your name? Dolvin.
Sorry, am I supposed to be sorry, am I supposed to be running a command?
At what level? It all depends with what you're doing. If you want to do something, a command, remember, is just like you telling your machine to do something. So if you want to tell your machine to do something, of course, yes.
Okay.
But if your machine should be seated back at rest, you shouldn't.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Yes. And Dolvin, how do you pronounce your second name?
Okay. My second name, Mogonchi.
Mogonji. Ah, nice. I didn't get it wrong.
Okay. So I had been following you, and when I'm updating it, it shows so many errors
Yeah.
on. So
Uh-huh.
it starts from error 3 package. I don't know what it means.
Yeah. I think I
So
have an
how
idea
can
of
I
what.
go?
I think I've got an
Okay.
idea of how that's happening. I've been in that situation before. So yes, just hold on. We are getting to that. If you're getting any error, of course, sometimes what happens is you may have added something here that literally is either this link is obsolete or not found, and the update will fail. So what I normally do, don't do that for now though. We'll do it together when you share your screen. So I just want to sort out these people with no errors, and then we can get to that. So if you come to software over here, we normally have the software and update on Ubuntu, and then as it loads up, you can always go and just remove some things from the app list. So under not under updates, other software. So you notice under other software, I have some software that I've not enabled, right? So for example, if I was to enable some of this, when I run my update, it will basically fail. Okay. So what I normally do, I'll come to other software and literally check here. So from where the error started, I check which one is causing the error. So assuming this is the one that caused the error, I'll literally just come here and cancel it off, and then yeah, move on and then try again. Just close, it will ask you to update and try it out. But you're coming there. Cool. So now,
Okay.
let's move on. So I've shown you some few commands on how you're going to work around that. And just repeating, so assuming that you are on Linux, right? On Ubuntu per se, the next thing that we'll have done is, where? I don't know. Here, right? It was here. So when you do sudo apt install git all, that's something that also we can try and see whatever it gives you. But adding this repository, doing the wrong thing here. There is this link here, right? This is how you add. So for the person who told me everything is up to date, this is what I'm expecting you to do right now, right? So just copy again this link, share with you on the chat. So go here, navigate to that point, come and copy this. And what I'm expecting you to do is as simple as, sudo, again for the super user permissions, and then not that one. I copied, I forgot to copy this, right? So copy this, and of course, sudo, and paste in that, right? So sudo add apt this.
Can you kindly share that
So the
link?
moment,
Kindly, sorry. Can you kindly share it on the chat box?
yeah, the link of or the command.
There's something I've seen you copying.
Yes. So literally, I wanted to point you to this page so that you copy by yourself. But
Okay.
anyway, I can simply do that if that's a lot of work for you. So
Sorry.
on the chart, simply you just need to have this sudo and have this on your command line. So sudo add apt repository, ppa git core, and then ppa. Okay. So if we are working together, that should take a few seconds. And then, are we together for the guys who are doing that so that I don't cruise on without really offering help?
Yes, we're together.
Okay, so after that's done, you simply just need to do sudo apt update, and then there is a flag called y. So when you see something like -y, we call that a flag, right? So with flag y, so flag y just will prompt you. There's some time when you're updating, when you say sudo apt update, it will ask you like, should I press y to continue and to stop, etc. So when you say -y, it will just continue without prompting you. You're just avoiding the prompt. So when the package is added, the thing that you need to do is update, right? At that level. Sasa, are we there?
Yeah.
Okay. And after the update, you should see something like this. That needs to be upgraded. That's what you should see after a successful update. And after a successful update, then you simply just need to do sudo apt upgrade -y. It should upgrade. If you hadn't upgraded anything else, it will upgrade literally everything in your machine. And so after the upgrade is done successfully, then the next thing is, yeah, just doing as simple as, git -version, you should get at least 2.35. And finally, git config global, and then init dot default branch, change it to main. So do you only upgrade your machine? That becomes the question. Only when you want to update or rather to bump up the version of your software? No. I'm expecting that at least in a week's time or bi-weekly, you try to update your software so that the hackers don't get access to your machine. So always ensure that your machine is well up to date every single time. Okay, so you can keep doing that in the background for those who are following up. Again, for now, I'm expecting you are either upgrading your machine and it's taking a bit of a few seconds or minutes. And then after that, you simply can now check the version and you should be having the latest version. Yes, Maureen?
Hi Katana.
Hi.
So nimekwama hapo kwa I'm still behind.
Uh-huh.
I did sudo apt update, and then you told me that 93 packages can be upgraded.
Mm-hmm.
Then I did sudo uplist, then it brought done listing. So from there, I think I'm stuck or I was confused. I don't know.
Ulisema, did you go through this? Did you add this first? The sudo apt add repository?
No, I don't think I did that.
So
okay, your screen may hang or something. I can't see.
Mko sure? Haya. Imeanza za jana. So guys, you can see when I switch like either tabs or stuff.
Okay, sisi tunaona uko hapo kwa Git.
Ni hapo ndio niko.
Oh, okay.
Niko kwa hiyo page ya Git.
Aha, so ulikuwa unasema kama
uli add hii, kama ulifika hiyo place yenye nilisema sudo add apt repository this. Ulifika hiyo place ama ulibaki nyuma sana?
Sikufika hiyo place. Oh, wait, nilifika sudo apt list upgradable listing. Hapo ndio nimefika.
Okay. So hapo nilikuacha nyuma kidogo, si ndio? So what you need to do saa hii, umesha run hiyo command ya upgrade?
Yes, haikuleta kitu.
Hiyo sijali, inafaa ilete kitu though. So what you need to do saa hii, kuna hii nini nimepost hapa kwa channel kwa chat, inaanza na sudo add apt repository ppa. Uli paste hiyo kwa command line yako?
Okay, na paste saizi.
Sawa, paste hiyo. Ukisha paste hiyo, rudia kuweka sudo apt update.
Yeah.
Umepaste?
And then I paste it.
Sasa si umekopi nini? Hii sudo add hii yenye nimeweka kwa chat hapa.
Yeah.
Si ndio?
Yes.
So si umepaste kwa command line yako, sasa uka press enter. Una paste alafu una press enter.
Ikaniuliza password.
Weka password.
Just a minute. Okay. The most current stable version of Git for Ubuntu. Okay.
Imemaliza?
Imemaliza. Hapa mwisho inasema press enter to continue or
press enter.
Okay.
You are doing well. Imesha kurudisha kwa blue whatever. Imesha kurudisha to the mahali unaweza andika command ama bado? Ama kanaendelea?
Imenirudisha hapo kwenye naweza andika command.
Sasa saa hii andika sudo apt update sasa. And then kwa list yako ya update utaona kitu kama hii. Utaona kitu kama hii itakuwa listed ukiangalia vizuri. Hii. Sio lazima ikuwe kwa number 5, inaweza kuwa anyway. Ka update kamemaliza ama bado?
Bado kajamaliza.
Good. Tungoje.
Okay, so ulikuwa unasema nitafute hiyo?
Imeshamaliza?
Imemaliza.
Imemaliza?
Bas.
So the next thing you now need to do, ni kama uja upgrade vitu mingi, andika tu hapo sudo apt upgrade -y. Sudo apt upgrade -y. Ndio. Yeah, so sudo apt upgrade -y. Hivyo. Wale wa kukopi na kupaste. So ukianza ku upgrade itaanza kufanya kitu, itaanza the same way tu venye ina list vitu kwa update. Have you done that?
Yeah, ini kama ina update vitu.
Basi iko sawa. Okay. Oh yeah, we got pod meeting. Beatrice Rukanga huko anakuja. Yes.
Umenizoea.
Ama baki uendelee kusolve, mimi nirukange huko.
Hapana, endelea kusolve.
Kama utawezana.
Wow.
Waambie weekend yako.
Wow, Katana, wow. Na unagoja.